Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, my name is Brittany and I talk all things beauty here on my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all my favorite Halloween palettes. So if you like eyeshadow palettes, if you love Halloween, then please continue to watch today's video. So the first one, it's an oldie but a goodie. This is from Lunar Beauty. This is the iconic Moon Spell. Look how beautiful this packaging is. I adore this color story so much. This one is no longer available, but I could not do this video without shouting this palette out. Same goes for the Hocus Pocus Gather Round Sisters palette. This is the first collab they did with ColourPop. This one it's oldie but a goodie, so I had to mention those two just right off the top because I love them so much. Speaking of ColourPop, I wanted to mention the brand new one that they just came out with Hocus Pocus. This is the Hocus Pocus 2 palette. This is my favorite out of all three that they have done. I think that the packaging, they nailed it. The color story is even better. I think just like the overall design of the palette, even as far as like the embossments and the pans, this is just such a good one. So if you like Hocus Pocus, I think you're going to like this palette. If you just want like a fun drugstore palette, I think that this would be a good one for you. So next, I wanted to talk about the new Spooked palette from Gourmande Girls Cosmetics in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny. I think the packaging is so cute. It's just perfect. This is like my new favorite Halloween palette because look at this color story. You don't get any more Halloween-y than this palette. I love it so much. You got the orange and the black. You got the red, like for blood. This has a, a bat on it, so it makes me think of vampires. I just love this color story so much. It's perfect. I like how there's a brown. You could tie in every look if you just want to do a very subtle look. This is just such a staple palette for me now, especially for a spooky season. This palette is straight up awesome, and it actually sold out. It will be available, I think, later next month, but that's awesome. Congratulations to Gourmand Girls for selling this beauty out, and also thank you for sending me this palette. Next, I wanted to mention two palettes from Shroud Cosmetics. This is the Halloween palette in collaboration with the Baddie Bean. This is the It's Freaking a Bats palette. This was her first collab with them, and this is the brand new one. So today I'm wearing this palette on my eyes. This isn't like the traditional orange and black color story for Halloween, but honestly, these tones are just so spooky and grungy and beautiful. Not to mention the packaging, it's amazing. This palette, I've only used it once, but I really do love the color story. I love the way my look came out. This is going to be a new staple in my collection. Now let's talk about the Halloween, which is the new one. This is sold out currently, but they're going to do a restock. This is like the typical, out of all the palettes other than the Spooked palette, this is just like straight up the Halloween color story. You know, like you don't get any more Halloween than this palette. You got your orange, you got your dark. It's not black, but it's pretty close. It's like a beautiful purpley blackberry color. You got your greens, you got this beautiful shade of Black Flame. It's a multi-chrome, it's all kinds of different colors. They're just so beautiful. So definitely like these two palettes are amazing for the spooky season. Next, I wanted to shout out a palette for like a neutral lover, but you want a little bit of like a fun pop in your life. This is the Chocolate Martini palette from Glam Lots. This is my go-to Halloween palette. I use this, I think it's already 2 years. I've used this for like Halloween looks. This purple right here and this orange, it is all you need to get a Halloween look. Tied in with some of these neutrals and you are good to go. I love this palette. I love Glam Lots formula. Like I said, if you're a soft glam lover, you just want a little bit of a fun pop, I think you're going to love this palette so much. Now, next, I wanted to mention two palettes from Adept Cosmetics. First, I want to talk about the Ninhydrin palette. This is just such a jewel tone lover's dream. This has some beautiful sparkly shifty shades in here. I think that the overall color story is just not like your typical Halloween-esque palette, but I think there's just something unique about these colors that just make me think of Halloween, and not to mention that the formula, it's incredible, guys. Now, the other palette from Adept, I wanted to mention the Heather Austin palette because you've got like a purple, you've got an orange multi-chrome, you've got greens, just some like this grungy mustardy shade, and your purples. I think that if you're more of like neutral leaning favorite kind of makeup lover, I think you would still like this palette for Halloween. I love this for a palette for every day. This is like my favorite in my collection. But I do think that this is, obviously it's a fall palette, but I can see some spooky vibes depending on like which shades you match with this palette. Definitely a good one. Y'all know I love that palette. Next, I wanted to mention from Unearthly Cosmetics. This is the Lure palette, and you've got your orange, you've got your black. This palette to me just screams Halloween, and the formula is so good. I wanted this palette for so long, and I finally broke down and got it when they had a sale, and I picked it up, and I'm so glad that I did. I absolutely love this palette, and every time I wear it, I'll always get more of a fall vibes, Halloween vibes look. So that's why I wanted to mention it for today's video. Last but certainly not least, I was kind of hesitant to mention this palette, but this is the Soul Mane 2 palette from Odin Cosmetics. I'm just mentioning a lot of palettes in case you have some in your collection and then you maybe didn't think about it. Pull them out and play with them. But so let's just ignore the top row right here. But these two, so this more warm tone orangey row, you got your orange and your black, and you got your beautiful purples. I think it screams Halloween. Other than the top row, you could get such a beautiful fall Halloween vibes with this palette. I think it, and plus the shades are so sparkly. The mattes are incredible. I don't know, I just saw this palette and I was like, it makes me think of Halloween. At least these two rows do. So definitely pull this out and make a fall look if you have it in your collection. So that's going to do it for today's video. List down below your favorite palettes. Maybe you only have one favorite Halloween palette. I would love to know. But that's going to do it for today's video. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.